What's going on, Pixel Hackers? Christian Lovrecich from PixlFeed here. In this video, I'm going to show you how to turn customers into super fans for your brand. But before we get started, make sure to smash that like button, subscribe to the channel, and let's get started. So, when launching a brand, or if you already have a brand, right, and this is both online or offline, the advantage of having super fans for your brand is that they will go out there and sell for you. Think about brands like Nike or Apple, how they have those super fans that follow everything they do, and every time they drop a product, they're the first ones lined up to get it right away. Why? Because they have built a connection with the brand, and those brands have been very, very good at, putting the marketing out there to create those connections, right? So one of the things that I see a lot of you when launching a new brand online is that you guys go straight to launching ads, and you guys give the organic content a second thought. Okay, I know we all want to scale as hard as we can to get the most sales that we can, but it's very important that we come up with an organic content strategy. And what do I mean by that? You have to post consistently on all your social media channels, so at least the ones where your customers are, whether it's Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, or whatever, Snapchat. Okay, so what do I mean by that? When you're creating content for your social media channels, you can't just sit there and put your product and say buy $19.99, buy my product $19.99, buy my product $19.99. You have to create connections with your audience. So make sure to create content that is related to them. Do the research online and see what kind of questions your customers are asking, what they're searching for. So you can use a tool like Ask the Public, and if you are in shoes, just type in shoes and it will tell you what are the questions that most people are asking in your niche. So when it comes down to it, answer those questions, create content related to those questions, okay? Don't just ask them to buy from you. So another thing you want to do is to build social proof, all right? How do we do that? Well, if you have products, go online, go to TikTok, go to Instagram, and start searching for influencers related to your niche. And guess what? If they have, look for micro influencers to start. So anybody who has like 5,000 to 10,000 followers, and just send them a DM. It's like, hey, we would love to send you a product, no strings attached. What is your address? And you will be amazed at how many of the influencers are gonna say yes. And then you send them your product. And I can tell you right now that 20 to 30% of those influencers are going to post, they're gonna create a post wearing or using your product. And they're organically gonna give you that social proof that takes you at a much higher level. Because guess what? Even when you're running ads and people search for your name, if you're a new brand, when they search for your name, if they search the name of your brand and a bunch of links come up with influencers using your products, don't you think the perception of that person is going to change to like, oh, this is legit, this is a real product, people like it? You gotta understand, not everybody's in their marketing bubble, so they don't know this stuff. So when they see that, that's total social proof, all right? That's social proof that people are going to see others using your products. The other thing that you gotta build when it comes to your brand is what we call in the business an attractive character. Whether it's you, somebody in your team, or if you have a bigger team, different people in the team, they have to go live. They have to create posts and connect with those people, connect with your followers. When you build a personal connection with your followers, it's not just a brand. Again, going back to Apple, right? Who was the connection there? Steve Jobs, man. People follow Steve Jobs like it was like a cult. It's crazy. Why is that? Because if you think about it, Steve Jobs was the brand ambassador. He was the attractive character for the brand, right? And there's many other brands out there that have an attractive character. I spoke about this before. Think of Flo from Progressive, or the Michelin Man, for the tires, right? That's an attractive character. So if you're a real person and you want to build that connection, think about how influencers build connections with their audience, right? Go live on your social media channels. talk to your followers, connect with them. I can't tell you how many of my brands we connected so well with the audience, just doing lives with people, in my team and my own partners, that it's crazy how we bring sales up. And I can tell you right now, moving forward, selling live is going to be a huge thing when it comes to Facebook and TikTok and Snapchat. So you need to start building those followers. Like, I can't even tell you the amount of money we make when we go live with our followers and do like a live sell. It's crazy. It's crazy. So you guys make sure to concentrate on that. Another thing that you guys got to think about is about the customer journey, right? So let's think about the journey, especially if you're launching a new store or a new brand, okay? So what a lot of you, again, what you guys are going to do is to drive paid traffic to Facebook, Google, or whatever, TikTok, right? And I get that. That's the quickest way to get results, right? So you guys tend to concentrate a lot on the latest hacks for Facebook ads or the latest hacks for Google ads to try to get, a higher conversion rate for lower cost per click, right? That's all good and great. But guess what? I told you guys this before, 50% of the battle is going to be the conversion rate in your store, that journey where you take them through. So when you're running ads at first, right, don't just send them to a product page, right? If you're trying to build a brand, right? Because most likely, most people are not going to convert. And this is what I speak about all the time is you should have a top of the funnel, middle of the funnel, and then the bottom of the funnel, right? And this is your customer journey. So at the top of the funnel, you should be trying to build a connection, right? So what I do when it comes to top of the funnel, if I'm not dropshipping, if I'm building a real brand, right? I send them to my homepage, and guess what I do? I turn my homepage into a landing page, or even a sales funnel. And what I mean by a sales funnel, I'm talking about a long sales letter. Basically, it gives them an overview of the brand, an introduction of the brand, the mission of the brand, the pain that we solve with our brand. And by doing that, whether it's through copywriting or video, we're making that connection. So now we're not having somebody who's just landing on a regular store, right? Just like a million other stores out there, or a product page. They're actually building a connection with the story that you have to offer for your brand. And every brand should have a story. You should work on a story and make it very appealing to your audience. You need to connect with them. So guess what? Now, instead of just going, oh, let me see the price, and looking at the price and just bouncing out, if you create that emotional connection with your audience on the first landing off your site, now they know who you are. They're most likely to scroll down and read about who you are. And even if they bounce out, guess what? When you send them an ad to the middle, what we consider middle of the funnel, who's anyone who has engaged with your Facebook page, Instagram page, or social media accounts, or anybody who actually, let's say they read the whole thing, and we have you should always have a strong call to action at the bottom to send them somewhere else on the site to check out your products. Now you know where they're navigating on that site, and based on where they go on that site, you can create audiences, and then you can send a different ad at the middle of the funnel that speaks directly to them like you already know them, because now you have a connection. You know they read your landing page, and now you know that you have some kind of connection. They know who you are. You can speak directly to them when you send the second ad, right? Or when you ask them to come in and actually purchase something from you, right? So now the next thing we got to look at, right, to make that customer journey even better is we need to start analyzing what our conversion rate is from just landing on the funnel to going to a product page, right? I don't know even at one point here, but going to the product page, right? And then actually adding to cart and then initiating checkout, right? So you need to analyze and make tweaks accordingly to make that experience better and connect in a very emotional way. Here's a very important one. Don't use generic descriptions for products. Okay? Especially if you're selling to a women demographic, because they're very, very emotional beings. Women are very, very emotional. And if you actually take the time to use a tool like Conversion AI, which I use all day, you can create this magnificent product descriptions that are loaded with emotional content, because you already know who your audience is. And when you take the time to create a product description for each individual product, instead of just using a generic like, this is our suitcase, buy it today, and you actually say something like, you know, this suitcase was designed by so-and-so that took the time to source these exotic materials, and we took the time to manually hand stitch the whole thing, put it together, blah, 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 blah. When you go into those details and you really convey the message of how the product was made and how the product is going to make their life better, the results, right, the benefits, it creates a bigger connection, and they're most likely to buy from you, right? Now you can say, you can also raise the price on your products, because then you can present it as a well-built, high-quality product, right? Maybe, you know, I shouldn't say luxury item, but you can definitely, you know, charge a little bit more if you really explain the craftsmanship behind it, right? So now, by doing those small tweaks of, you know, what the conversion rate is from landing on the site, from the home page, going to any product page, and to initiate and check out, now you're following the customer journey, and you can, you know, by using something like Lucky Orange, following that journey, you can really make changes and tweaks to, you know, make sure that there's a connection there, and it's easy for them to navigate all the way through, okay? If you have a brick and mortar business and you're watching this, it's the same thing. What's the experience as soon as someone walks into your store, right? Or your restaurant, or whatever it is? Do you just go in there, it's like, hey, buy from me? Or do you welcome them into your place of business and then try to connect with them? You should try to connect with them at least, right? So let's say they buy from you, you figure all this out, so they finally buy from you, and this is what a lot of you guys, where you guys drop the ball too, is what is your post-purchase experience? You know, most of you run an ad, people buy from your store, right? And then they buy, thank you, they never heard from you, you never email them again, or it's like it's done, right? Well, guess what? I have stores where, like, you know, 30% of sales is recurring, you know, customers that come back and buy more from me or more. So, you know, take the time to use something like Klaviyo if you're using Shopify, or ActiveCampaign if you're doing lead gen or whatever, and create a post-purchase experience. Send them a thank you message, you know, for purchasing from you, right? Then you can craft another email where you can get them to even come back and do an upsell where you actually, you know, hey, we have a special gift for you. If you buy this, you get another one for free, or you get X amount of discounts. So now it's like, hey, we like you so much that we're gonna hook you up and we're gonna give you a discount or a freebie for coming back and buying from us. And don't stop there. Don't stop there. All right, don't stop there. So what should the next email after that be? Well, now you got 3 days to play with, because most people don't ship right away the same day. So let's say it takes a couple days for somebody, for your team to put everything together and ship it out. Or if you're drop shipping, for your manufacturer to put it together and ship it out. Well, make that an experience. Explain what's going on between those days, so they get used to seeing you in their inbox, right? So say, hey, you know, we're working hard on your order. As of today, we received it, we're prepping it, or we're making it if you're making custom products. And then the next day you can send an email, say, hey, your order's ready to go. We just packaged it out. We just packaged the whole thing together. We're waiting for the, the post office to come and pick it up, so it ships out the door. And then when it ships out, you can tell them, hey, good news, your order was shipped out. Here's your tracking number, right? Again, a lot of you, they even go through the trouble that a lot of you guys drop the ball and stop right there. Guess what? Find out about the experience. Hey, follow up with them again. Send them tips and how they can use your product to get the most benefits out of it. Pure value content, right? This is the best use for it. This is how you should use it, blah, 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 blah. And then a few weeks later, hey, send us a review. We'll give you a discount, right? So now you have that connection there. So now they're used to seeing you in their inbox, and they put two and two together that, hey, every time brand X emails me, they gave me great content and give me advice on how to use my product, you know, how to get the most out of my product. I should open this. Which comes to the next thing about building a connection, which is your email campaigns. Okay. Okay. A lot of you guys, when you're doing email campaigns, right? You just like buy this new product, buy this, buy this, buy this, buy this. Guess what happens? After a while, yes, you're gonna get sales, right? But after a while, they're just gonna become blind to your emails because they know that all you're trying to do is sell them something. Again, mix your emails, your regular campaigns emails, mix them up with valuable content that you can offer them. Whether it is things that are beneficial to them, educating them on your niche, educating them on how to use their product even better, how to get the most out of it. Mix it up a little bit so that email that you get all the time, it's not just buy, 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 buy. Another thing that you can do, if you're the founder of the company, right? Tell them what you're working on. Tell them what the vision is. Tell them like how much cool stuff you're gonna add eventually, blah, 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 and how hard it's been to work on that and to get it there. Because guess what? Now you're building that connection. And as you build that connection and you drive that paid traffic and your email list keeps growing and growing and your followers keep growing and growing, whether it's Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, or whatever, and you're constantly communicating with them, they will become super fans as long as you have a quality product. So I highly suggest that you guys take the time to do all of this, whether it's a new brand or established brand, and I promise you that your sales will go through the roof just from people sending you pictures, posting pictures, and mentioning you online all over the place. Guys, I hope you liked this video. I hope you learned a lot from it. If you guys want to keep learning about digital marketing, Facebook ads, or marketing in general, make sure to check out one of the videos right above me, and I will see you guys in the next video.